Like to hear it and
Mm-hmm.
hear it go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's up,
Oh,
everybody? You
I
feel me?
want y'all to know something. I want y'all to know something. Darius very strategically and specifically did not want me to run the intro video because he feel away that I got a whole intro video.
I don't feel no kind of way. You know what I'm
He feel
saying?
away.
Don't care about none of that in real life.
He
You know
feel
what I'm
away.
saying?
We back.
We back. We back. So let me go ahead and introduce this properly. What's up, everybody? This is Darius J.
What's good? It's your girl Kenitra Mozelle. Hey y'all, hey.
And this is Grace.
And
You grit.
grit.
She's slow. She's slow. She's slow, y'all. She getting it though. She working on it. She gonna be better.
I'm
She gonna
being
get
coached. I don't have a problem with me being coached in this space because
that's
see, I
right.
am the novice and he's the professional.
I,
But
I'm
we
I'm
here.
I'm I'm a novice professional. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
But
even
we
play
here.
like you
You
ain't
know what
been
I'm
doing this
saying?
for a decade, sir.
We here. We here. It hasn't been a decade. I don't think so. But yeah, we here. Welcome. I'm gonna give y'all people time enough to come on in here, share this with your folks. Let me see if my stuff live and up, man.
Check the things.
It say check. I don't see it. Am I live?
Are you live?
I don't see it.
I
Oh,
am live.
I am live. I
I
am
am
live.
live.
I am
It is
live.
working. It
That's
working unto the thing.
crazy work.
Look at
Man,
Darius Day live.
I'm
He's
live, y'all.
so proud of you. Let
I
me get.
share this.
I'm gonna hit this button. Now the real question is, for real, is Facebook the one that be cutting up? Are we live on Facebook? Because
Yeah,
YouTube does right. Shout out to YouTube.
I'm live on my Facebook.
We gonna see. Y'all drop something in the comments as y'all come in here. For those of us who are, I'm live on Connect. Good job.
Hey, yeah, man. Come in here, touch. Let's see. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this a better place if you can.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What's up, Kayla? You know what I'm saying? Forever
What
young travel with
up?
Kayla.
Can we talk about you, Thompson, reaching out and touch somebody's hand? Like I understand that that's what the song said. What up, Queen? But it's also a little dangerous to reach out and touch somebody's hand, and then they misconstrue what they're reaching of and touching of the hand mean, and then they want to follow you around a long time, and then you wish you never had wanted to make the world a better place.
Never had that problem. So, you know what I'm saying? Those that have, you know what I'm saying? Grab hands carefully. You never know what might attach to that hand. It might be a loose puppy dog in search of a new home. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's real life for some people.
It's real life. It's real life for me. You know what I'm saying? You know,
That's
I'm out here. I'm out
yeah.
here seeing people randomly.
Mm. That's why I like staying in my house.
Mm, yeah.
But then it is also honest that when I go outside, it's very specific outside activity. So there's
Mine is too. Mine's very specific. I'm out there doing my job.
my
I'm
job in
doing
the
my
house.
job. My job is outside with the
You
people.
be out there giving everybody Mr. Teeth though, because you be smiling and grinning and
Hey,
all
they
of the
said
things.
they, I have to do good customer service. You know what I'm saying? I am a sales representative at the end of the day too. So I have to keep driving that traffic, make them paychecks cash.
Your shirt look nice, by the way. Did I compliment you?
No, you didn't, but appreciate you.
Nice.
Uh, your hair look nice. You know what I'm saying?
Afro
On the
Nitra here.
yeah, that's it.
Y'all
Hmm.
don't know about Afro Nitra. For the listeners only. She giving curl and fro. She giving middle part. Look, the light is shining brightly. Right. It's giving just a little bit of edge control. Hey, girl. Hey. What? You understand? You.
Mm.
It's giving. It's giving. I need to talk about natural people bad, and now they look at me like, oh, relaxer
Man,
backlit and creamy crack, non using no more face hair. I'm sorry, I'm tangent. We gonna start though.
Yeah, I about to say leave people hair that still use perm, man. Perm necessary because some people got some hair that's unmanageable. You know what I'm saying? Wigs won't hold it down, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you let them people be. You know what I'm saying? Let them
Let
people
them
have what
people
they
be.
need to have, what they need to get out that feel good about themselves when they leave their house.
Let them people be.
Mm-hmm. But we gonna finna get into it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, what's up? This recording is gonna be about blessings or curses. You know what I'm saying? And having to know the difference between the two in every situation and season,
Mm-hmm.
beginning in wellness and wholeness, and it will approach with anything you might approach in this life.
All of the things. It's so many ways to process it. I'm excited for
Yeah.
this. I'm gonna behave, but not for real.
I
I'm
mean, I
behave.
don't need your behavior. I need your obedience.
Did you say obedience?
Yeah.
He said obedience. That
Yeah.
sound like, to an underwear woman, it would sound like submission.
Neither are bad words, but we yeah, like you said, to an unwell person. You know what I'm saying? Because it rings different bells inside of men's heart too. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm,
a lot of them don't know that being properly obedient is also being submissive.
mm,
When you're married, you got to be submissive to your wife.
mm,
You know,
mm,
these most of the streets we try to talk as they are one way, they are two way. You know what I'm saying? You give and you receive. You know what I'm saying? We tend to think that it only goes one way. Love and respect are both in the same vein. So if I'm giving love, she giving respect. We both receiving this type of thing. But a lot of
mm.
times we look at
Dang
it like
what?
it's
But now there's also this when it comes to the love and respect, and then giving and receiving. What happens when the other person is not giving the thing in order so that it's a reciprocating relationship? Can you push past the moments or the times where you don't get the thing that you need or that you're supposed to receive and still give what you're assigned to give? Huh?
well, that take a certain level of intelligence and wellness and knowing exactly because a lot of times you can't we have to learn not to take some things personally. Because some people could be in a season where they're just moving at a high clip and they can't recognize that they may be missing the mark and giving something, but they are obedient to the work that they need to do. But I feel like all that can be a conversation. You know what I'm saying? A person can sit down and have a talk with a person and say, "Hey, I've been giving, and getting nothing. Um, I would like to address it because I'm feeling some kind of way." He or she may have that conversation. But as I said,
You said high clip. Can you elaborate? As in, like you got it's a lot of firing off going on.
so high clip, like say if I got an objective to fulfill, you know what I'm saying, and I am blinders on going towards the objective. Sometimes you are doing a lot of work, a lot of different things, and a lot of moving parts, and a lot of things that have been normalized in giving and receiving may tend to go to the side of wane off in certain situations or seasons and times in life. But if you moving that way, you also have to be aware that you may have the. I would tell a man to have that conversation beforehand. If you know you're finna be doing something, that's finna be spending a lot of energy, and your emotional intelligence may just wane off a little bit.
Yeah.
Have that conversation. Prepare your household for everything because, just like I tell everybody, most of these things are a conversation away.
Mm. What about look, I got the questions now, right? Y'all, I'm thinking like we would think, right? The sisters is in here. To a single man, right? Because we talking about the blessings and curses, and I can see that there's a blessing and a curse in you being, I hear like a high performance, highly engaged, a really focused type of person. Like that sounds like me. I hear
Yeah,
you describing somebody that sounds like me. So for a single person, the bless and the curse in that, somebody might find that more of a curse as a single. I don't know. You can find it as a curse if you are a person. Let's say you are a what they call it. You're a high maintenance person in the relationship. You're in a relationship and you're the high maintenance person, and you want or require a lot. typically, um, if that person is a high producer or they real highly engaged and they focus on work and you love it and they grind and they build and everything else, but when you want attention, you can't get it. How you feeling about it now? Because that is the thing that you probably was attracted to and now is working against you.
But as I said before, a lot of times you just have to have those conversations, man. Like I firmly believe everything boils down to understanding, communication. Because a lot of times if you don't explain things and you don't say the direction and you just start going off in a direction and nobody knows where you're going and nobody knows that you're doing this work for a thing, that should have been a conversation that had kind of been in the pre side of the game instead of post or interim. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because a lot of times that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We just start to work and expect everybody to know what we're thinking and working on. You know what I'm saying? And then we just go, 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 go. And then we like, man, why everybody looking like I don't took something from 'em?" Well, the presence that you was fulfilling is not being fulfilled anymore. So now people at a lack of a negative. You know what I'm saying? So therefore I say, you know what I'm saying? Like having vision, having objectives and things to complete are blessings. But they also can be curses. It's a dual-edged sword.
I feel attacked.
You shouldn't. You should feel you should feel encouraged that somebody can see you and bring to light things that you may miss.
Well, there's that.
You know what I'm
if
saying?
you if you if you package it that way, because I am a person who is guilty of just handling the business, and I know it's a lot of women out there. You got brown women. We are high achieving. We educated. You executive and you corporate in spaces. You got your own stuff going on. So you big bosses in a lot of different spaces, and so having the conversation feels like additional work
Because
because
it
I
is.
have to
It is
stop.
additional work. It's additional work. That's why I keep trying to tell people stop not thinking of it as work. It's not seamless. We are not children. We are not in grade school no more. Things are not just happening because of the situation and the area we in. You remember, like when you was in elementary school, it was easy to make friends. It was easy to have everything. Because guess what? You were in a petri dish. This was
Mm.
what that was for. That was that community. And it was easy to do things because guess what? You saw everybody every day. You did the same thing at the same time all the time. But in life, things go this way. You know what I'm saying? It go all over the place. And you can't just be like, well, you know what I'm saying? It feels like work. Well, what else it gonna feel like? The work still got to get done. It's work, WORK, and it happens every day, all the time. Don't put a negative connotation on it. Put love behind it.
I wanted to let you know that some things are changing. I'm working on, and I care about you, and I didn't want you to feel any particular way. So I just want to communicate.
Yeah.
I got some things going. I can do that.
Yeah,
I
because
can do
men
that.
and everybody that are everybody that's in that position, man or woman, feel like that is beneath them. You know what I'm
Boy,
saying? They feel like
boy.
that stuff is beneath them, and they tend to just be like, "Well, you should just understand. I'm bringing home the bacon. I'm helping the bacon get met. I'm feeding the pig, killing the pig, butchering the pig, selling the pig, and keeping what need to be kept for our house. So you should just understand and be happy that the bacon is getting brought to the house.
Woo.
But
Mm,
that is an unloving way to look at it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In friendship, relationship, your coworkers, because you would just expect everybody to move at the clip you move at. And guess what? God didn't make but one of you and one of me. I understand what I'm doing. You understand what you're doing. Everybody else around you might not have that understanding.
Y'all see my face. At first, wait. So first I had to sit with what you were saying was like I do this and I do that and I do this and I do that, and how coming from a dude saying that we got a real big problem. Regardless of
Mhm.
how much of that you would be doing, sir, what you
Yeah.
will not do is communicate it in that way. But I can very clearly recall moments where I had that narrative about people in my space because I was taking on weight that I didn't necessarily need to take on, but I was choosing that for myself and then not communicating. So I'm hearing I'm hearing what to be irritated by while also hearing myself being the one that said it. It's hard out here.
You know what I'm saying? You got it, but this thing it is like a lot of this stuff is learning lessons. A lot of these things are not taught. These are skills that have to be trial by fire a lot of times because
Oh.
ain't nobody rolling out manuals. I don't read plenty of books on leadership and entrepreneurial things, and it ain't never really broke down the socio ecosystem inside of these things and never said, oh, this is you gonna they say you're running to this, but they don't offer the proper solution. They don't say these are conversation tactics or these are emotional intelligence tactics that you need to recognize not only the people around you but for yourself. You have to recognize those things in yourself because you have to know your pitfalls in order to not fall into the pits. Because guess what? Who dig the pits in your life? Most of the time, we do. We got the shovel in our hands and we dig those pits.
Bro. Look, having said that, I just want to do a plug. We gonna pretend this is a podcast commercial. Boo, we gonna pretend. Shout out to all those amazing, wonderful women in the Grace for This community. They do this thing called the Growing Through Grief Challenge. And they actually do the work you just talked about, Darius J. Have you heard anything about that? Look, it's these women, they show up real deep with green hearts and they be like GTG in the comments and stuff like that. And in order to like, get some resolution around the things we talking about, you got to do a specific type of work where you can realize, baby, the pit is there because you've been holding the shovel and you've been using it the whole time. Shout out to the squad. I see you in the comments, Kayla. I see you in the comments, Ariel. We see y'all, squad. Okay, I just headshot homies real quick though.
Hey man,
Ooh, that's some
appreciate
work
that.
there.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Come through. You know what I'm saying?
So this I
So
hear the blessings and the curses inside of it. And then sitting with the part of what society expects you to do around, male and women dynamics and relationships, and women wear this hat, men wear that hat. Or if you are a high achieving woman, it's almost like there has been a shift in how society expects for gender norms to happen. If we can like go there and then come back and you can drive. But it used to be that the man handled everything however he wanted to handle, and the woman had nothing to say about it. And now you got women out here like Bump This. One of our sisters said it in the comments. She was like, look, moving too slow, I'll handle it. Don't do it. How I do it, I got it. Like, those are things that we have to grow out of. But because of the mistreatment that we saw from men to women before, now it's kind of like, don't worry about it, I'll handle it, because what I can't handle is you treating me that way. And so, yes, women used to be able to not have to go outside of the house and work, but there was a blessing and a curse in that. And now we're managing the aftermath of, I'm gonna have to handle it my own self because of my rub. There is that portion. I wanted to throw that in it right there, right quick. So like that. Like so like that.
And I hear you. You know what I'm saying? But everything, one thing, but all right, through all that stuff like that, what do we learn about this now? You know what I'm saying? What is there to learn and to be taught in order to handle the new geosphere that we live in now?
Come on, geosphere.
Like, do you recognize, because just like people say it's the blessing and the curse and everything, just like people don't even understand that this is the best generation of men that ever lived.
Oh,
The most emotional intelligent generation of men that ever lived. A lot of times it was shut up, get to the kitchen, be barefoot and pregnant. I got another family on the other side of the town. And now, and I got the siblings playing with each other, thinking they best friends when they actually had brother and half sister. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing of it is, as good as it was, or as bad as it was back in the day, this time has changed. And guess what? We do more than ever now. We fight. We try to tell people what they're supposed to be doing when nobody actually had a healthy outlook. I tell people I have grown up and not seen I not seen healthy relationships but once or twice in my life. I know 3 couples that I could just name straight off the top of my head because I never forget them, because I remember them. That's all. Out of my 40 plus years, I know 3 couples that I could just name straight off the top of my head because I never forget them, because I remember them. That's all. Out of my 40 plus years, I know 3 couples that I could just name straight off the top of my head because I never forget them, because I remember them. That's all. Out of my 40 almost 42 years of life. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we stand on this is what a man is. When most of the time, everybody that I have heard say what a man is or what a woman is ain't got no mama worth talking about, and ain't got no daddy worth talking about. You know what I'm saying? Just like I tell people, I never walked up to a woman and told her what she's supposed to be to me or what kind of woman she's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing of it is, it's just like learning what works for both parties involved is what's going to be the key. Coming with your own set of expectations when you ain't never had that. Most of the time we list expectations that we never had, and it's a wish list. And guess what? A lot of times in wish lists during Christmas time, you got one or two things off that list, and those was the things that you really wanted. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times those lists ain't involved with what it really takes to sustain relationships, friendships, and careers. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people get burnt out fast. That's why a lot of people have unmet expectations, because guess what? They don't know how to communicate them, or they don't feel safe communicating. The thing of it is, we should be garnering safety before we start trying to garner what it is to calling ourselves husband and wives, because a lot of us don't have a blueprint for it. That's just my take on it.
Man, how you gonna sit there and drop all of them doggone bars and then just slightly pause?
I told you that's what I do. That's what I do.
Please. Man,
that's what I do.
Bro. Like,
you wanted me. Here I am. You know what I'm saying? It's how I talk for real. You feel me?
Right.
But you know, you a sister. I want to hear your perspective on this as well, because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, it be a lot of talking heads, and most of the time they men. I just want to see, what do you think can be done, or what should be done, or what would you like to see manifest itself inside of this conversation through wellness and wholeness? You know what I'm saying? For us, it's like men, women collaborating versus colliding.
First of all, I'm finna be silly first. First thing I want to see is mine. I want to see my emotionally intelligent man. I need to see him. That's one. Sit down. Okay.
Stop asking for us to be sent and just walk your journey. How about that? You know what I'm saying?
How about how do I say this? I'm gonna be found. Come find me. Be looking. Thank you, Lord, that the right one is looking.
You know what I'm saying? And see, but the thing of it is, I don't think you look for these things. I think God placed them in your path and you make a choice. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that's going to be created has been created. Every path that needs to be walked has been paved. You just need to go in the right direction. A lot of times we don't go in the right direction, or we try to move at the pace that moves faster than what God has graced.
Don't do that. Y'all see?
Don't do what?
You graced.
Hey man, yeah, what it is. You chose that name for your brand, not me.
Y'all can't see it, but it's above my head right here. Like,
yeah, it is right above my head.
It's right above. It's right above my head. I will say this.
I don't know what you just walked in on. It's something good, I think. It's challenging for me, because I had such good examples growing up. We got different backgrounds. Oh boy, we finna get into it. It's my favorite section right here. It's my section right here. I'm finna get. Y'all thought I was in my bag before. I'm finna get in the bag. Real.
Y'all, I came from the Cosby Show.
Yeah, I came from all the other ones. It wasn't no Good Times. It wasn't no Family Matters. It wasn't no Cosby Show. It wasn't even a different world.
I had solid examples. Now, my mom and dad, y'all know my mom and daddy still hold it now.
And they one of the examples.
One of his three.
One of my three.
So it is a Jesus. My daddy did such a good job. My daddy did such a great job My bar is my bar. I ain't gonna say it's super duper high, but my bar is my bar, and I'm resolved around what my bar is. So society changes and things do this and the culture do that and blah blah blah. And I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
The culture
You,
and
you,
society didn't raise me. Kenny and Ardina
yeah,
raised me.
yeah.
So you talking to Kenny and Ardina daughter. I'm not worried about any of anybody's things out here. So when you talk about that emotionally intelligent man, I can resonate with that because I've had like a type of brokenness that made me aware of certain things that they did not teach me because I wasn't bubble wrapped, entirely bubble wrapped. I was like half bubble wrapped.
Yeah,
Okay.
you had a soft head.
So that resonates and it hits in so many different ways because I am now challenged with how I show up in spaces to remain open, to remain open to be pursued or sought after or just like being open. Me and my sister was talking about it earlier. Like, what does it look like to be open and to welcome that conversation? Because look, I told Darius this other day, I'm a wife. I'm a wife, period. I'm single, but I'm still a wife. When you encounter me, you are encountering a wife. I got wife all up in me, period, point
Mm-hmm.
blank. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a challenge with what to accept and whose gaze to entertain without there being like a specific presentation or representation or engagement that says I'm here for this, like this work that you look like you here to do. I'm here for this. Well, I just said a whole lot. I hope it makes sense, y'all. I know you match me, but
You said you a wife, right? You know what
period,
I'm saying?
sir.
I never saw myself as a husband at all.
Mm, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I became a husband. You know what I'm saying? I never walked around assuming I was nobody but Darius J. Cummins. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I became, I was made into being. I can't say I was born with the DNA for it. Because a lot of times we can wear, some people can wear things prematurely. Let's just say fake it till you make it, or
Yep.
be that to who you are. But then what happens if you mixing the wrong kind of ingredients? You think you're supposed to be making cookies when you're making cake. You know what I'm saying? What happens when you are not taught how to come out here and jostle? Because just like the old generation, they had proximity to most of the things they like. We are more spread apart, but also most morally densely populated than ever. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's when trying to mix the old with the new, you have to learn how to reconfigure the way you process. You know what I'm saying? Because just like me, I say with me and my wife, if she wasn't as forward as she was, I would have missed her because I
Why
just
are we
don't.
out here trying to make us people?
No, it ain't even that. Because guess what the current Geo spirit been for the past 10, 15 years? Don't talk to me. Dun. I can't just come buy groceries. Somebody got to speak to me every time. I can't just be out here having a cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying?
That's true too.
That's what I'm saying. It's like this stuff don't change. It ain't no more courting. You know what I'm saying? As traditional in sense. You know what I'm saying? Because just like when you get said, when that stuff gets said to you as a man so much, you start not approaching them, but women will get back on the line at the same time and say, well, y'all need to be more forward. Hold up. You was just saying that a month ago that don't approach. Now you saying be more forward. That's why I say is we have to learn the insanity of our speeches and thought process.
Oh mercy.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you throwing out one thing and that energy return to you, and then you saying, well, that ain't what I want. I need y'all to be more of this. Men respond to women since the beginning of time. When Adam bit that apple right behind Eve, he was responding to his woman. He knew better, but he still chose to bite that thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Women don't.
Wait,
I tell people to
wait.
read.
What I just heard was women run the world. We just need to choose the direction in which we want it to go and how we want it to come and be consistent about the way we want the traffic to flow. That's what I heard. Did anybody else hear that? I think that's what I heard.
I ain't gonna say all that, but that do run a vein. You know what I'm saying? I will indulge that because just like throughout history, most wars been started because of woman or that a man took liking to a woman or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Beauty moves men. Intelligence and beauty combined can cause a man to either build up paradise or destroy this world. A lot of men won't admit that because they say I ain't moved by no woman. But what else you going out here buying houses and stuff like this? Men are very simple human beings. When I didn't have a girlfriend, wasn't interested in a girlfriend, I had a very bare bone apartment. Didn't care about none of that. Only time I started getting other things is when I was just like, I might want something soft beside me. Let me acquire some things that they like. You know what I'm saying? Let me fill my house with a flower, get a TV stand, get another bed, stuff like that. You don't think men don't think about that stuff.
Was your TV on the floor?
My TV was on 2 milk crates. Four. You know what I'm saying? They didn't care about none of that. Because guess what? Even with that little bit, still can get a girl. You know, still get a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what?
Because he go out there and smile. He go out there and smile at people. Mr. Tiffin and carrying on all over the world.
Hey, man. It is what it is. Who am I to question God's blessing? You feel me?
Who am I?
You know what I'm saying? I was constructed. You know what I'm saying?
Come on here.
But, you know, a lot of times, because just like, you know what I'm saying, we talked about this the other day. You know what I'm saying? You were taught to approach life. I was taught to try life. It's two different approaches. It's two different takes. If you're approaching life, that means you're strategic. You think about what you're doing. You placing things in place in order to go after them. Trying life, you just be like, bro, I got a stick and there go the woods and I need something to eat. I don't have a plan. I'm just finna go out here and get whatever I can.
That made me think about why we interact the way we do, right? Y'all, we are actively experiencing collision and collaboration and managing to get to these days where we're here with y'all, right? And what you just said made so much sense to me because your approach is we just gonna do it and we just gonna drop it. I'm like, well, no, you don't say that yet. You got to put it here, and then you say that there because I am placing things in a strategic order, and I've had the privilege of being able to place things because my parents prayed and planned out my life before my mama and daddy conceived me.
Because you had resources.
Come on here. My sister in the comments said, "Is my big energy around what? Is my big energy around wife because I was a wife, or was I like that before I was? I was always big.
I seen that. Yeah.
I always been this chick. I always have had that type of energy. And my husband approached me. Shout out to him. Amazing human. You know what I'm saying? Right? Amazing human. He came very correct with me because there was no other way for him to come. He was very clear. And he was clear because he was clear about what he saw because I presented wife. I've always presented. I presented wife. I present wife.
You presented potential because it could have not happened too. It just did. You could bank on what happened, but it's always possibilities. It just happened. You can speak that energy because it happened. Yeah, probability, man. That's science.
They don't have nothing to do with probability because
it is.
I'm remembering where my mom and daddy at. Get my mom and daddy in here. Look here.
You know, because just like I said, it been one or two potential Mrs. Cummins, but they didn't make the cut.
How?
But guess what?
We set up different though. How is it that my parents would pray for me a husband if they did not know that their daughter was going to be a wife? So when my husband found me, he found a good thing because he found a wife. Because the prayers that my parents prayed had to align with who he needed to be in order for that to come together. I had to be the wife first.
Not necessarily. That ain't how that worked. I mean, I get it. But I'm talking about I get it because I'm a Christian, but I don't get it in reality, because I'm gonna tell you, every fiber of my scientific mind is just like, that's probability. Like I can crunch numbers and put that out there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I get it. I'm gonna say I get it, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Because just like it's been things that's been prayed about for me, it ain't happened. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody can say that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's somebody been praying that over my life, my whole life, and guess what? They ain't happened.
Huh? That you know of, Joy. He need to be in the workshop that you know of, that you can see.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, touch God.
You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying? I'm just like I said, you know what I'm saying? I hear you.
So y'all see what's happening here. Do you see this, people? There's another collision to collaboration that has to happen. Like, you have to stop colliding with what God said about you and begin to collaborate with the word of the Lord over your life. I'm playing, y'all. I'm serious, but okay.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
we in here.
Who raising your hand? Don't put your hand down. No. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, thread.
But you know what I'm saying? So like
I got him.
Yeah, you did. You tripped me up a little bit. I take that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's right. Because how we frame these titles? Who said that? Raise your. Come on, man.
Bring home stage.
That's a whole different convo. That's what I'm talking about, sir. Come on with that. Thank you.
Wild.
When faith meets strategy, I appreciate you.
Right? Bow.
You know what I'm saying?
Bow.
But yeah, too. You know what I'm saying? Different stages in life cause us to do different things. You know what I'm saying? So, what current stage are you thinking that most men and women work through, or don't? Or I'll just say from the woman side. I speak from the man side. What things that you think we need to work through in order to get to a point where we can collaborate well?
Let's be honest. Before you approach anybody else, be honest with you. Yeah. Like, that is a work that is more people are beginning to do it, but there's also a way for you to still be a counterfeit in the midst of showing up like you doing the work, because we know the things to say, and then from the woman, I'm thinking about men. So let me reverse it. I'm thinking about how the men be showing up. I'm gonna talk about us. Look, y'all see how I corrected my own self? Look at God. So the thing with us is being prepared for what you want other people to do, because we can do a certain type of work, but when that things comes back around and somebody presents us with a challenge or presents us with something that we need to adjust, we don't necessarily know how to take that, because we used to carrying a load, we used to doing the work. This generation of folks, this generation of women, we are used to handling all of the business. And what up, Jay Lee? And we are we dishing it, but can we take it? Right? When you actually are in the space where it is iron sharpening iron, can you handle the friction that's going to refine you while you dishing it out? Oh Lord, not the Joker smile. Lord, so that's I find myself there because he be chumping me, and I'm gonna take it. And my therapist be like, but ma'am, okay, I understand. I'm writing down homework. But yeah, that's what I would say. That's the work that we have to do, because we've been able to get patted on the back for doing the thing that shows up, in the public as the honorable S on the chest, handling the business type stuff. But when folks start legitimately matching energy, work, wellness work ethic, salary, not salary, whatever. When they start matching energy, your energy, can you maintain?
Because a lot of times I hear, what I'm saying, through conversations with several of my brothers, a lot of my brothers are single brothers, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? a lot of times people have to understand that you can't be intimidation show up in several different ways. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Just like sometimes you can be intimidated by a woman's big energy by shrinking back and not stepping up. Um, it ain't saying because at first you'll say to yourself, I'm not afraid of her big energy, but you allow it to encompass the space when you actually supposed to be speaking up. And if you're part of the partnership, you're supposed to say something. You're supposed to interject when you think things are supposed to go another way and stuff like that. Um,
mm,
but as men, we have to start shrinking back
mm.
with with our thoughts, with our words, and our presence. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that stuff is just it don't allow for both parties to learn what needs to be learned. It's no collaboration. It's just like because I'm a worker. I know I'm a worker. A lot of men are workers. That's the reason why a lot of times it's like I tell people like, yeah, I do a lot of work, but for the most part, in a healthy situation, everybody recognize their own superpowers. It's just like I know my
Mm.
superpower is figuring things out, knowing how to make the ends meet. You know what I'm saying? Very fast. I don't even have to like think about a lot of the stuff that I was like, oh, that's all you have to do is do this and boom, connect. We going, we still flowing. Like my wife, she more strategic. She know how to plan. She know how to plot. You know what I'm saying? Plotting is slow for me, but it's productive because that's just like anything that you do. Even for as just if you look at it like planting in the field, like you just don't throw the seed on the ground and the plant
Walk away.
is ready to harvest. It just don't work like that. It need cultivating, watering, tending to, and all that stuff like that. That's why a lot of times a lot of people have to understand it. Like, all right, man, find out who you are. You know what I'm saying? Before you try to become somebody to someone. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we get lost in careers that are not for us, or we are part of situations that have nothing to do with the work we supposed to be doing for real, but we just include ourselves in it and we get destroyed, and then we blame people in the situations around it and saying they were my demise. Actually, you were your demise. You never thought about yourself in the situation. Yeah, I can see that or with faith based strategy. I mean, but a lot of times big energy ain't combative or not. It's that the tone and language that is used that make things combative. You know what I'm saying? Because we could say big energy could be combative, but if the tone ain't combative, because just like Kenitra got big energy, her tone ain't combative. It's just big. It's just like it fills a room. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I can understand how you could say that it's some things that need uh accountability. But if we just talking about for just sitting in spaces, everybody inside the space need accountability. Like if you are quit asking somebody to have accountability, you better have it yourself. So like I
Bruh.
tell people, don't put nothing on somebody that you ain't willing to do. That's what I stand on. That's my purpose and promise to myself and my people that are under me. If I'm asking for accountability, I'm gonna give it. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, just like also too, you can also be around the wrong person. Because if
Oh,
that's who that woman is, you know you have the right to say no and not being part of that. And just wait till that thing show up on your path that don't have that combative energy.
now that's a word. That's a word right there.
Because
And
if
it
you
kind of
know
goes
that
back
person is combative beforehand, before you even get to that
to
place,
it.
you need to reconsider the partnership. And ain't,
Ooh, hold on though. But let's also talk about this. We talking about blessings and curses because some of us, have not felt like we were defended and protective. And so you got that person who might show up combative or aggressive or hard towards somebody who you feel like is an offender to you. But when they begin to give you that energy, something that you felt was collaborative in nature or a blessing or good to have in your space. Now, when they done turn that unmanaged woundedness or whatever in your direction because you begin to challenge them with accountability that they didn't want to have in any other scenario, then herein lies a problem because y'all collaborated when y'all was against another person, but is collision
Ooh.
when it comes to how y'all engage with one another. So
Yeah,
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 we
yeah.
have to be careful about who we
Yeah,
are
that's
sharing
true.
rooms with and
Yeah, yeah,
checking
yeah.
how they respond to other people. Because
Yeah.
if there's no accountabilities, there's no parameters around how they engage and regulate themselves, then
Yeah.
you just next in line.
Yeah, because
Just
that's why I tell people I watch people in totality. I see how they are around their friends, their family, and I'm talking about
yeah,
for all people that I ain't just talking about in relationships or nothing like that. I watch how they are around their people because if they treat their people like that, they gonna treat you like that. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? I tell you that all the time. I was like, hey, get around when they around the people they the most comfortable around and they around multiple times.
Look here, I've been watching it. I've been watching some folk.
And I
I've been
just be
watching
like,
some folk.
nah, I don't want that calamity to be around me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know me, I check people strong. I don't do no soft checking. I chest check. And I'll be like, all right. And I'll let you know if I don't like you or not. Because if I don't like you, I ain't scared to tell you I don't like you and I don't want you in my space. Man or woman, I don't care who you is.
How you tell a woman you don't like her, you don't want her in your space?
I don't like you. I don't want you in my space.
Oh
Insert
Lord.
name.
Insert name. Oh
Yeah, man, because just like I tell people, man, I've been grown a long time. You know what I'm saying? And trying to play with people and try to be nice to people sometimes when they ain't extending that courtesy to you. There's no need to be trying to sugar things up. It's just like, hey, this is what it is, and this is what it ain't. Get to stepping.
my God. Mm. I be looking away and I'm sorry, y'all. I just look away. It ain't, I mean, we recording it. It's really for the audio, but yes, joy. When faith meets strategy, that's joy.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
love
You know what I'm
y'all.
saying? Because just like I said, man, don't do nothing begrudgingly. You know what I'm saying? And just like everybody ain't bad, everybody ain't good. Just like I tell people, be around the people that can match your energy as consistent as possible. Not perfectly, but consistently. Cause it's like I know I compliment the people that I'm around. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
a
I,
hundred
I
percent.
am I am a they could be around me and they can run plays through me and it go into continuation. It don't stop. You know what I'm saying? And just like I can run a play through them. And if I'm taking point, I can run it through them and it won't stop consistently. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. It's just like that's how we have to get to that point of where, we collaborating. Cause the thing of it is, it's just like we have to flush out that old uh what was good is keep, but what is bad, discard, reassess, sit down, have the conversation. If you ain't having conversations about your approach around your friends, because a lot of times we don't even me and my brother, me and my sister have good talks. A lot of times we are always checking one another. You know what I'm saying? We say what need to be said, and if we don't fail through on what need to happen for things to happen the way we either dreamed them, had a vision for them, check that person, man, and don't check them in love. You know what I'm saying? Because just like somebody calling you out on your mess, it ain't to beat you down. It's just to call you higher.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Ah, calling people higher. I I'm gonna tip a little bit because when calling somebody higher calls out where they came from and they haven't been honest about where they came from, then you start tippy toeing on things because we talked about the households. We talked about households and the way rearing has happened from generation to generation, past couple of generations with young men and parental relationships. Like from the generational perspective, there are things that we do get and that we don't get. Like you were saying, like there's some stuff you keep and there's some things that you actually throw away. um that's another type of work to do
Yeah.
because we applaud certain dynamics. We applaud certain people for what they did do. How do I want to say that? We applaud parents for things that they did not do. while we don't hold them accountable for the things that they did do that did not produce the right outcome.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts us as children, or you, the person who is that moving into adulthood, it puts you in a little bit of a conundrum, because when the calling out and accountability has to happen from generation to generation or from parent to child, that's a more difficult conversation to have.
Mm-hmm. But the thing of it is like, first of all, you can't blame people for what they didn't know. You know what I'm
That
saying?
part.
Because a lot of times, just like my mama had me when she was 20 years old, I can't expect that she knew a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? When I was 20, I didn't know a lot.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot of resources. Didn't have a whole lot of knowledge on how to approach life. I was taught to try and try hard. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? Like I give my mom all the kudos, you know what I'm saying? But we don't had discussions behind what she might have dropped the ball at, and she has apologized from. Now everybody ain't gonna get what I got. My mama is that type of woman. So don't go out here seeking any kind of reconciliation on things that are is far past you, because guess what, most of the time we have been more adults longer than we have been children, so it's time to get over that and write down a plan to action, know what your pitfalls are. You know what I'm saying? These things can be fixed and regulated through wellness. We have too many active therapists out here these days to be going through the same thing over and over and over again. You got to start getting strategic. Get strategic about yourself. Because just like I know, I didn't know anything about relationships and affection or nothing like that. All my affection came through sexual things. Didn't know what true affection was. Actually didn't know it till I was married. Actually took 5 years after I was married. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. But the thing of it is, you can hang on to what don't happen to you, but if it don't make you a better person, let it go.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Go get some healing. Go do some deep diving work and pull out and go hug that inner child inside of you. Tell them it's okay. You free now. And I'm gonna fix
Mm-hmm.
whatever was broken with us. I would choose better relationships. I would choose better friendships. I would choose better environments for my work and growth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, making arriving to the point where you're committed to making the decision.
Yeah, because you can't sit around blaming everything all the time. Just like it get to a point where blaming gets to be as juvenile as being the juvenile that was hurt.
Oh, oh! Somebody write that in the comments. Boy, ooh. You know what's difficult about having these conversations? And if somebody who's watching it in our live audience can resonate, let me know. Seeing and hearing people, like when you say stuff like that, I see certain people. Like I
Yeah.
hear names and I'd be like, oh, and it's cutting. Like I feel like it's a cut for that person, but it also makes me compassionate towards that person. Like because I feel a way about how you handle me. But when I consider that you responded this way as a result of this, then more than likely you have not done this work, where this particular work, and so you're walking around as this wounded person. So I mean, technically, I'm gonna say this right. Sorry for the
Mm.
disclaimers. Technically, we need to put like a mark on you, be like unsafe, right? But when have I been unsafe to somebody? So it's like how you like chill out, but it's like you can't. It's so
Hey, you have
hard.
to expect that people are people. Because a lot of times, if you walk around with that mark, you'll mark the world. It'll be one big red mark. You know what I'm saying?
That's so true.
Because that's why I tell people, bro, honestly, I still say my wife crazy for choosing letting me marry me. I just like, but I was dangerous. You know what I'm saying? To say the least. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I wasn't. I was a all right choice. I say that. I was not a great choice. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because guess what? It still was choice. You know what I'm saying? She had a choice. She could say no. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have to say it. But she took a gamble. so happenly the gamble paid off because she saw more upside. And just like what she saw in me was my willingness to evolve. I did not like to stay ignorant. And when you point out something that is wrong with me, I want to fix it because I don't like to be out of alignment and out of order. No, I don't care what it looked like. I just don't want to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, just like I tell people, man, that's what God see in us. Because just if that was the case, He would just smited the world and just said, "Man, let the animals roam around here. I messed up with them humans, because like start over. Let's let the horses have a go." You know what I'm saying?
Start
Because
over.
that's what I'm saying. It's just like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, it's just not. You can't. We want to make people perfect, but they're not. I'm not perfect. My wife ain't perfect. You ain't perfect. Anybody listening to this, you ain't perfect. You ain't God's gift to nothing but yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you God's gift to your mom and daddy. Everything else, you are trial by fire.
Mm.
Cause guess what? You gonna mess up bad sometimes, but can you redeem yourself? Do you allow yourself the renewing of your mind and renewing your spirit in order to be redeemable?
That's good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I feel like that's a whole nother episode. Allowing yourself to be redeemable, because then when I tell you I about crucified my own self when I realized mistakes that I was making, I was horrible to myself because I have been a fierce defender of other people. But when you are the offender,
Yeah.
what is it like to turn on yourself? My God.
Like I say, just don't turn on yourself, turn into yourself and sort yourself out. Allow
Yeah.
God to sort you out. You know what I'm saying? We all that are Christians have the Holy Spirit, and we have a gift that can renew us all the time. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why we have the right to repent. We have the grace to repent. We have the grace to turn anew. You know what I'm saying? We get refreshed. And a lot of times we opt out of that because we try to be the best people and not the best disciple.
Mm,
We
that's the
choose
word.
we choose how people see and view us and how we see ourselves in the light of people. And most of them people don't even care about you far and they could throw you. You know what I'm saying?
Those are bars. I ain't saying nothing behind it. That was like the altar call. Oh gosh, like
That's right, man. Forgive us if we forgive others, man. That the Lord's prayer said all. You know what I'm saying? Forgive me as I trespass.
these trespasses, as I forgive
You know what I'm
those.
saying? We gonna be transgressors and we gonna get transgressed. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro,
Oh,
we try to walk out here like it's just everybody's, bro. It's a lot of hurt out here. I wish I had my shirt I just bought. You know what I'm saying? I like my shirt said it says everything that I wanted to say. I'm so proud of that shirt I just got. I got a lot of good packages today. I'm so proud.
okay, then. How about this? What, since we doing this every Sunday at 8 p.m., where next
Uh,
week? Bring it for the people on next Sunday.
I will.
Okay, next
So
Sunday, y'all.
yeah,
Y'all,
next Sunday,
y'all come
y'all,
back.
8 o'clock,
Y'all come back. We here all month long. Back
all
like
month long. You know what I'm
never
saying?
left.
Back like we never left. But you know what I'm saying, Kenitra, as we get close to coming to a close, what are some things that you would like to leave to the people? Some takeaways, some things that you would like to place on their heart to walk out into their Monday with.
Mm. Look in that mirror first, y'all. Like legitimately, take the time to look in the mirror and identify what you are bringing to the table. If you feel like you are experiencing more collisions than collaborations, what is the speed that you're driving? Like where's your car position in the accident? Like when they go to the scene of an accident and they begin to look at the logistics of who did what. If somebody ran the footage back, would you be found at fault? Let's That's work. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Glory be to God. These are
Mhm.
my words.
Yeah. Thing about words, we speak them out, but we also have to chew on them. So I say what I got to leave for people. I say this, it kind of ride along in that vein. Um, make decisions today you can live with tomorrow, whether that's through personal growth, career growth, and people in relationships. Um, learn to apologize, learn to be accountable. You know what I'm saying? Learn to have accountability. And when you apologize, know what you're apologizing for. You know what I'm saying? Because just simply saying I'm sorry is not an apology. It's dismissal. So sometimes people say I'm sorry to just move people out the way, to try to breeze through the situation and not let things get handled. Be ready to sit in your mess when you make it. As old people would say, you made your bed, now you got to lay it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you ain't gonna like the way that bed feel because you built that bed out of nothing. It ain't ceiling, posturepedic. It might be some hay and some rocks. Because the trap you set for others most of the time be the trap you set for yourself. So be careful, be mindful, be very demure in your approach to this life. Because I tell you, you don't get but one on this side. So do your best. Walk with God. That's it.
Mm-mm. This has been episode 1 of the Grace and Grit podcast.
Podcast. Yeah.
Thank y'all for rocking with us
Yeah.
live tonight.
Episode 1. That's the reason why I
Wow.
told her I wanted to say it, because she put episode 1 on the thing. If she didn't put episode 1, I wouldn't have said it.
For this is good. For this is good. Y'all give us feedback if something stood out to you. We enjoyed the crew that's in the
Yeah,
comments.
man.
But
If share us, you know what I'm saying? Share it with your folks, man. Or I tap you out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to everybody who been following the Instagram page. We ain't tell y'all about, but y'all found
Yeah,
us.
they followed us out just like, man, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? We ain't told nobody about it. We just been out here creating pages and everything. But we appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go official.
Yeah, it's
So
coming.
we you know what I'm saying? We about to pop out and show. Oh, I can't say that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You feel me?
The official of the officials will be forthcoming, but
We'll
what
be
we are committed
forthcoming, but
with it,
we are stepping into it. We coming from behind the curtains, you feel me?
you know.
And you know what I'm saying? Just, gonna pop out and show y'all, you feel me? You know what I'm
Down,
saying? Gonna get this work.
down,
And this is just another form of wellness work that we do through
do
through
through
through the internets. You know what I'm saying?
through the
You
interwebs.
know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate all the love we had in the comments. For real, y'all really do help these conversations flow. You know what I'm saying? If it's something we ain't get to, you feel me? We ain't mean to miss you, but you know what I'm saying? I guarantee you we saw you. You know
We'll
what I'm
circle
saying?
back.
Yeah, we
That's our
certainly
circle back.
we gonna
That's
get better. Kenitra gonna get better at this as we go. You know what I'm saying? You know
right.
what I'm saying? She's just following my lead right now. She's just like, yeah, I'm
Right.
a
I
student. I
had
need to
more to say
learn.
tonight. I need y'all to give me a rating in the comments though.
Yeah,
Okay.
give her a rating in the comment,
On
because
a
a
scale
lot.
of 1 to 5, what's the 5 and what's the 1, sir?
Yeah, well, I say you did good. You carried yourself well. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
did
appreciate
better.
it. You
Y'all let
did
me know.
better.
5 mean I did phenomenal. 1 means you need a whole lot of work. I want y'all to drop that in the comments so I know. I like the
Hey,
feedback.
rate me too. I still need
Need
rating.
feedback. Man, you a
I need
5. You was
feedback.
out here
I need feedback.
dropping all kind of bars
I need
together. No.
feedback. I like feedback though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
feedback is
I
good.
need grading.
Need
But yeah,
great.
we appreciate y'all for stepping in with us. You know what I'm saying? Rocking with us. I know it's late. Get to bed. I pray y'all make it to work safe and have a great week. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate all the G. What'd you say? The GTG crew.
GTG growing
You know
through
what I'm saying?
Grief Squad. We start
That
tomorrow.
sound like that sound like a R&B group.
She said we ride at dawn. Meant
You know what
it.
I'm saying? That sound like a R&B group. What 100%. You know what I'm
GTG.
saying?
Everybody got on
Yeah.
green suits.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Gonna do the Drew Hill. Tell me what you want. Do that step hop. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. We out of here.
Thank y'all for the fives. Peace out. We love
Peace.
y'all.